on Easter Island there are great big faces that look very much like that. That in Africa there are. That ancient Greeks in the theater wore the mask as performers.
Indeed.
What do you make of the kind of commonality that we all have, regardless of language or culture or region?
I love it because we were all land-based people at one time. We're the same. We were all tribes at one time. Doesn't matter if you come from Europe or not. They were still, at one time, they were land-based people. We're all the same in that way. When deep down in, our true connectivity is Mother Earth. And like I said, we're land-based people. And once we get back to that a bit more, it's going to have a couple different ways. Actually, it's only going to happen one way. Mother Nature's going to make us do it. Like you and probably a lot of other people have been waiting a long time to get this little reset, but you got to remember she's alive. And right now we're acting like parasites as humans. And that's why I think this is going to show to get back, I'm sorry, back to the indigenous ways. That's one thing I'm really proud of my people. When Columbus got...
If what we just said is somewhat accurate, it's back to indigenous ways or African or Easter Island or Greek.
It is, and we're all connected, and we all did ceremonies the same way. So I don't care where you were in the world. This is where we got our homage and our ceremonies from, was things like this, and you can see it all over the world. Doesn't matter if it's the artwork, if it's the buildings, but it's all the indigenous cultures. It's just here on Turtle Island, we were a little bit more isolated. It's a little bit different, as you see in South America, the Inca and the Maya, they were connected to the ones over there in Asia and stuff like that. But it's just a little different here, and it's really neat. But getting back to, so proud of my people is when there was contact, when contact first happened, they had left this place so pristine that they said it was uninhabited. And as they're finding out now, well, if we go by the land bridge, but our stories are we've been here for time immemorial, so we've been here. They're talking tens of thousands, we're talking hundreds of thousands. So there's a difference here, like we've been here a long time, and for my people to be stewards of this country that well, or this land that well, that when the people come in, they didn't even think people were here, that they took care of it that well for that long. That's where we got to get back to and hope people pick up on that.
Let's watch you work.
Certainly. And like I say, when I am working, literally the face is uncovering itself. I'm literally going piece by piece. I work on symmetry a little bit, going around. But once I get into pieces, like I said, right now, I'm following the grain pretty good. It's coming off really nice. But any time I come in through the nose, if that switch, then that's the piece of wood telling me, hey, time to switch. Time to switch it up. That's as deep as you can go. You go any more. And literally, I don't have a clue. I am literally uncovering it. I don't have an idea if there's going to be eyes. You can see some of them. They're also different eyes on them. The ones I don't have here don't have eyes at all. And partly that is because I'm also, I'm proud to say that I'm learning as I'm going. Like they say, to be professional, you need 10,000 hours. I may have it in my blood, but I still have to put the hours in. So, and it's easier to do when your pieces are 200 to 300 hours. So you need a few. I'm probably up to about a dozen right now, maybe. But I intersperse as much teaching as I can as well. My biggest thing is going back to my communities and showing them traditional working. So that doesn't matter if I'm on a draw horse and I'm making a paddle, or if I'm carving a face or a mask. But once I show that to my people, it's a connectivity that I'm so proud of, that it's a way we're gonna get back to where we need to be. And yes, slowly, they will uncover themselves. And I say they, because people ask me all the time, how come you don't do a woman's face? How come you don't do a man's face? They're very unisex. The adornment more makes the face. So if I wanted to put on like a ponytail with pink things in it, then maybe it'd be more, put lipstick on or something, we can make it, but a face is a face. Some of them you can see, maybe more male, but some of you see maybe more female. So, and I always say too that the trees are unisex anyway. So you know what? They are two-spirited in the true sense of the word. So really, They're both.
Do the neighbors know what you're doing back there?
It took about, it didn't take very long. And yes, they thought it was the largest woodpecker they had ever heard. They thought it was a pileator or something like that. And yes, they did. And since I work outside a lot, I'll get people, we're in a secluded area here, but people going by on everything from bikes to four-wheelers, they'll see and they'll be interested. And that's exactly what I want, because our people need acknowledgement. We're here, we're still here. And when people come in and ask me about this art, I get a chance to explain who I am and where I come from.
Does anybody say, enough with the art, I'm trying to sleep?
I'll tell you what, at the start, yeah, it gets pretty addictive. So this type of work, when I have the urge, it can be at any time. It literally can. It can be early in the morning, and usually it is outside. But I have wonderful neighbors. They love what I do. They understand what I'm trying to do, so they support me.
Now, I noticed that one mask is lighter, and the other one has a lot of dark strain going through it,
Yes.
and even a bit of a crack on the nose.
Yes.
Was that the number of times you applied the linseed oil, or was it the type of wood that soaked?
Oh, you're talking about the grain alone?
Yeah.
That's what makes butternut so beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful wood in the world. That is all grain. That is nothing but grain of the wood. Those are rings. So when you see these right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're looking at about 30 years in the nose alone of growth. So those are growth rings. So that is all grain. When you see something like that, that is all grain. And I get people asking me, how did you do that? But this is the wood alone.
But why did that one soak up more color or be more dark, or what was it?
Like us, we're all individual. Every tree is individual.
So same treatment with both
Same
masks?
treatment with both masks. As I've gotten more talented in what I do, I realize the deeper I go into the wood, the deeper the wood is. And another thing is that I absolutely love about butternut, as it ages, it oxidizes. So it's going to get darker and darker every year.
Now, you seem to, both the wood tells you to make big lips, and you seem to like big lips.
I do.
But then you have the mask with no lips. Is that because, or very thin lips, did the wood break, or what caused you to put a hole all the way through it?
This one, it was telling me I hadn't done an open mouth, and this one to me wanted to say something. And I had no idea why, and I sort of realizing it now, how people wanted to say more right now, especially right now what's going on in Canada, what's going on here, we gotta talk a little bit more. So this piece came out at a time when that was all starting to come. And actually, I didn't know what I was doing. I had probably about a 4-year-old girl and her dad come up when I was working downtown one time. She come up and she says, oh, I know what he's doing. I said, wow, I don't, what's he doing? She said, he's a tenor, he's singing. And ever since then, that's what it's done. So this one is the one who sings. And yes, that's what she said. Oh, she even did it. It was absolutely wonderful. And she did the mouth. And like I said, I was following the grain. And no, nothing knocked out of it, anything like that. It's what it wanted to do. So it's hard to explain, really, especially when you don't know what you're doing. At that point, I didn't even know how to do an open mouth or do lips. So it's really just doing that. But you notice me now, I'm looking at a lot of faces, and I love it because everybody's different. So that's why faces are so, I think, easy to do, because there's not one face hardly in identical twins. There's no faces the same.
Now, you served what might be called an apprenticeship. You talked to elders, nation members, citizens, and relatives. Yes. What did they tell you about this? Because it's got to take a while to go from a square block of wood to a beautiful face like that. So what was the coaching? You know what? The coaching really got a lot come internally. There's a lot of carvers out there, but for what's inside of me and what I found it as my job is to awaken to Wabanaki people, and it was me that wanted to take it to that next level. Like I said, not next level, to show that level. I find we've been getting away from that level, I'm sorry. Pre-contact, we were at that level. Now I find we're getting away, so I want to bring that back. And like I said before,
it just brings more notoriety. It shows the care and the love. Today, everybody wants everything said fast. They don't realize the amount of love and care that goes into these pieces, the knocks and the time. And once they do my talks, they realize a little bit more. And it just brings more, I don't even know what the word is, but a little bit more, I don't know about notoriety, but it just makes people look up a little bit more. Like I said, but this is just for my people. I want to show what my people do and what they do with their art.
But what about the tutelage in how to carve? You told me how to carve with the grain. Don't go against the grain. Great expression. And you got the mallet and you have the tool. Didn't someone teach you?
Somebody showed me originally, yes, when I went to NBCD that first day. Charlie Gaffney took me outside, showed me the tools, showed me how to hold the tool, and showed me how to hit it. And then basically after that, it's all self-taught.
Now, you talk about the love in artistry, but Donald McGraw in Moncton, who has done the Circle of Chiefs, also talked about the frustration and the demons. And Salvador Dali, whose great paintings are down the road in the Beaverbrook Gallery, said the difference between me and a madman is I'm not a madman. Many artists are troubled.
Yes.
And that's part of their energy and their motivation.
Yes.
You seem fine.
I am.
You seem happy.
I am not like that at all. I am so proud because we are on the cusp of a breakthrough. And I don't know if it was, who it was about 100 years ago. I don't know if it was Sitting Bull, but they said it was going to be the artists that were going to bring our people back. I had no idea, but I'm living proof. At my age, to go back to school when I did, I went back a bit later. I've been doing a lot of things before this. I'm living proof that it is artists, and I'm very proud of my community. The art that is coming out right now, it always should have put us on the map. It's just everything was put underneath, say, the proverbial carpet, but we're starting to come out now. And it is, like I said, it's gonna be the art. And that's why I am so proud. It's because literally, I tell people this in my shows, but I'm not supposed to be here. There's no other way I can put it. My kids aren't supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be wiped out a long time ago. As you probably heard, especially the Passamaquoddy, Peskotomuhkati, there was upwards of 120,000 upon contact. We went down to 282. Now I hear people talk about, a lot of people don't like talking about this, but they talk about Auschwitz, they talk about over there, but if they want to talk numbers and what happened, when you look what happened right here on the east coast of Canada, it blows anywhere in the world away. We lost so many. And I know people say the smallpox out there, but we had no help. Anyway, we went down so much that we're not supposed to be here, and we're still here. So that's why I'm smiling. I think and it's my ancestors smiling through us because they didn't think we were going to make it either. I feel it right now. Look at my hair. They didn't think we were going to make it. They didn't think our songs were going to make it. They didn't think our language was going to make it. They didn't think we were going to make it. But guess what? We're going to make it.
But those are also reasons to be angry, aren't they?
Ooh, yeah, and sad. Very angry. What was done to my people, trust me, it comes out in different ways, and that's probably why I can beat on these things for hundreds of hours. It takes a lot of frustration out. Sorry, but just going back, if I'd have gone through what my ancestors, even close, my grandmother, my father, what they've gone through, it makes me proud. So that's why you're going to see me from now on. I'm going to smile. I was supposed to be here, and I'm proud to be here. I have children, and I'm teaching them the ways that should be taught. So we're going to make a difference. So yeah, I'm on a different thing here. I'm not on a personal thing. I have so many ancestors behind me, cheering me on right now, that I know I'm in the right place and I'm doing the right thing.
Now that we're on this topic, what did your ancestors, grandmother, the elders, the people that you spoke to, talk to you about and tell you about?
They were proud. I never knew it was in me, but it's in all of us. It doesn't matter, just got to uncover it. But they were very proud because it's bringing, for what I'm saying, dude, like I said, the artwork's bringing the people in, and then they're hearing my word. We're a spoken language. We're not written. We talk. We tell our stories. So this brings people in so I can tell my stories of who I am and where I come from, the resilience, the pride. And that is why you're going to see me nothing but smiles, because I am so proud of where I come from. I cannot be more proud. Like I said, I come from a long line of fighters. I know we all do, because we're not all supposed to be here. We're all so special to be here. The odds are amazing. But on this part of Canada, they're a little bit more. And what I want to educate the world on too, we were first contact. So I know all these stories about us. So I'm here educating people that everything that really happened, when you hear about smallpox blankets, people from around here think that that happened out west. That happened here. First contact was here. We got the brunt of it. So that's what I want people to know, is that how resilient we are, that we were first contact, we got the brunt of everything, from the diseases to the abuse to everything. We got the brunt and we're still here. But I want to tell the world that it started here and we're proud and we're not going anywhere. I have shirts, as you know, Passamaquoddy, one of my Passamaquoddy shirts says, "We are still here," and that's all it says. Yonne, yonne.